Guys, Sammy here. The compost is all done. Now for the next project. Got some hot rhizomes coming next week, hopefully. Not next week, then the beginning of week next. Need to build a hop trellis. So this is my hotbed. Actually, this year it's going to be split. We're going to do hops on the one side, probably up to about 2/3. We've got 2 rhizomes coming, and we've got, like I said earlier, I've got some Cascade and I've got some Centennial. And then this side, we're going to reserve garden for the girls. We're going to do some beans. Beans are easy. If you guys ever want to teach your kids about where vegetables come from, do beans. Beans are easy. They grow fast. Kids love picking them, and they taste friggin' aces. So the plan for this year, for now, is just going to be using this bed. And then next year, along that fence, we're going to build some more raised beds as money permits. Because I am thrifty, and there's only so much money to go around. So what we're going to do, we're going to focus on the hop trellis for this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a divider in the bed so I can just keep things separate. And yeah. Let's get started on that, and then I'm going to work on building the trellis, which I'm going to tie into the shed here and go up. Not sure how high. We'll take a look at what we got for some scrap 2x4s. It's going to all be pressure treated, so it should last a fairly lengthy time. Scrap 2x4s. I'm going to use these scrap pieces of wood that came off the old fort, which is over there. So I'm going to pull those piles out of the ground and use these as our stakes for our string. And the idea is to have a cross member just below the peak, then a 2x4 which is tied into the cross member, and then another piece of wood on the top of the 2x4 at the very end on a pulley, which is then going to be going down to that side onto a basically a dock cleat, which is going to allow me to raise and lower the hop plants at time of harvest. Now, I'm not really planning on getting much of a harvest this year, but I want to get it put in place and more or less see how it lasts throughout the winter, because winters here are freaking harsh. So we'll get these hop rhizomes put in the ground, hopefully, like I said, next week, and we will we'll see how they do. Like I said, I just want to really establish a root bed this year, give them some space, let them do their things. I'll train them up, and if we get some cones, we get some cones. If we don't, we don't. Not the end of the world. I'm not expecting anything in terms of a harvest really this year, so let's get the crack-a-lackin'. So I'm just going to grab some 2x4s. I think I've got one that's actually pretty close to this length. Again, safety sandals. Just divide up the bed so we can keep it separate, because hops are very, very evasive. Or sorry, invasive, not evasive, invasive. And I want to divide up the bed just so I can prevent root growth from coming over into the other side where the beans are going to be. That is for this year, but then next year the whole thing will be a hot bed, because we'll do another bed, like I said, along the fence. So let's get to crack-a-lackin'. Cheers, you guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Hey guys, well, the clouds have rolled in. We got a wee bit of rain coming our way. Actually, maybe blow over, but sort of the hop trellis here. Ladder, safety first. Safety sandals. And I've got my first cross brace across the front. Second cross brace up at the peak. All I'm basically going to be doing now is taking a 2x4 and running it up. I'm going to lag bolt into the bottom of that cross piece, then lag bolt into the top, actually into that cross piece as well, and then we'll tie into the structure of the shed. So that'll give me more than enough weight to more than enough support for the hop plants. And then yeah, and the trick is not to use deck screws, because they have no torsional strength. They'll just snap right off. So I've actually been using what I've been using to go into the shed using these nice 3.5 inch, 4 inch nails. And they're not stainless, but they're galvanized, and they do not bend with a turd. I mean, the deck screws over time will rust out, and you can snap them off with a pair of vice grips. So that's not what I want. I want to build a sort of a permanent solution here. So that's where we're at. I don't know about you, but I think it's time for a pint. Okay, so now you can get an idea sort of what I was doing, sort of talking about with the hops. So the ladder there, obviously. You see we've got one cross brace across the base, cross brace in the top. I've got a 2x4. The longest one I had was basically just over 4.5 feet. Is well, we'll call it 4 feet there. I took a nail because I'm cheap and I'm thrifty, bent it over around a stainless steel bolt. That's going to act as my eyelet here to allow me to pull the rope up and down, because then we're going to have a 2x4, which is going to basically be as long as this, if you will. Actually probably about 6 feet, maybe 4, probably 4 feet, maybe get away with 3 feet possibly. That's going to have 3 separate eyelets in it, and to allow for the stringers to go up from the base of the garden and up. And that's going to be on the rope attached to a dog cleat or a nail or something over here that I tie off to. It's going to allow me to raise and lower it as I see fit. So friggin' rights. Man, oh man, this is fun. Yeah, rain's let up. So the old safety handles on. Feet are looking a little worse for wear, and sad thing is a keg just kicked downstairs. Good thing I got 2 more on the go. Anyways, you guys, it's been a hoot and a holler. Just gonna get the old 2x4 going and get it attached to the string. You can see you got cross brace there, brace up top, 2x4 up there. You got the bent over nail on the top there, and 2x4 there, and in the bottom I'm gonna have, actually gonna have 3 eyelets across. 1, 2, 3, because eventually we're gonna do 3 hop plants in here. I'll have this subdivided off. But what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to have to go pick up a couple eyelets from the depot, because I've got everything here, a couple nails in here, and everything locks back up onto itself. But when I undo this, it doesn't come down. So the nail and the 2x4 binding up on the rope to too much pressure, actually too much friction to allow for the rope to move freely. So what we'll do is we'll pick up some eyelets, like $2 or so, screw those into the wood, and we'll call her done. So yeah, that's how she looks. I'm all pleased with that. Yeah, so we'll be all right. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, thumb up the video, and please share it. This is Sammy the Thrifty Brewer saying, if you're going to do something, do it with a home brew. And by all means, keep calm and brew on. Cheers. What's what? That's for hops. What? Cheers, you guys. Take care. All the best. Be safe. Cheers.